The Vergas Show is brought to you by Vergas State Bank, your locally owned full-service bank.
With 2 locations in Vergas and Perham, make the right call. Call Hanson's, the most trusted name in plumbing and heating.
Goodman Supermarket in Vergas, specializing in fresh meat, produce, and bakery items since 1975. SPANKY'S Stone Hearth, casual fine dining on the shores of beautiful Rose Lake.
Hi, welcome to the Vergas Show. I'm Sherri Hansen. Thanks for joining us today in beautiful Vergas. I tell you, we're downtown Vergas. I'm with Willie Humbeck, and you have a treat in store for you, but you got to listen to me for a couple of minutes here first. Thank you, Willie, for joining me today.
That's quite all right.
Hopefully, most of you got a chance to look at Willie's previous shows that we had, and we're going to take off on that. But I wanted to talk just 1 minute about Vergas. I mean, Willie, how great is this? We just got done saying we could sit here for...
Well, that was the best move I ever made out of the cities coming into... Actually, we came to Fräse. It's a nice town, but I like Vergas.
Yes, it is. Vergas. And
we're in Vergas is the town.
It is, and we're in this beautiful garden, and the beautification committee of the city of Vergas has gone ahead and made these areas for people to sit, to just relax, and to rediscover that beauty of visiting and talking about things. That's what I love about it.
Yeah, exactly.
And so next time you're in Vergas, be sure you take a few moments to just sit and relax and enjoy some of the wonderful things that are happening, and just relax yourself, and it just helps everybody, right?
This is the place to relax.
This is the place, right? Don't forget, if you're watching this, that Dad's Belgian Waffles are out at the Loon Lake Church on Saturday, September 3rd in the morning from 8:30 to 12:30. So you want to get in on that too. It's the Jesus of the Lambs fundraiser. So, Vergas, here we are.
Vergas, here we are.
Right. Yeah. Willie, I had a lot of people talk to me about watching your segments, and they want to know more. They want to know more about what it was like to grow up over in Germany.
Well, where shall I start?
Where should you start? Yes.
Okay. You know, I was born in the year 33, and that's when the madman came in charge too. Adolf.
Adolf Hitler.
Adolf Hitler.
1933. You were born the same year he became in charge.
Yeah, he came in January, and I was born in December. So actually, 12 months later.
Wow, that's interesting. Okay.
And of course, the first year I don't remember, but I do remember already the second year, being on this beautiful earth. And I grew up, I had wonderful parents, and things were going good. My dad had his own business, but somehow he had a problem with his stomach and he got sick. He gave up his business and started for Siemens. It's a world-known company now. Mm-hmm. It wasn't at that time, but well-known in Germany. So we lived a middle-class, higher middle-class life, and
everything was good?
Everything was peachy. And then the war started 1st of September 39.
So you would have been 6 years old.
I was 6 years old. And the excuse for the Germans were that the Polish killed Germans, which of course wasn't true, but he needed a reason to invade Poland. And he had an agreement with the Russians. If he would take Poland, he would divide it with the Russians.
Each get half.
Which he didn't.
No.
And so it got one step into the other. He took over whole Europe. And maybe, well, first he took over the other countries before he started with Poland.
Okay.
No, maybe if it would have ended there, would have been fine.
But he wasn't satisfied.
No, because many countries, or smaller countries, they even were waiting for him to come. Yeah. Strangely, but see, at that time, nobody knew what kind of madman he was.
Right, they thought that they would prosper from it.
We even hailed him, because right away he came in charge, we had work, you know, and people were, if you put them to work, their food, everything, then they're satisfied. And why was that? Many didn't think that over, because he was building up for war. That means work. See? So it went on, and then he took one country, Czechoslovakia, and what all, and if he would have ended there, would have been good, but that wasn't enough. He wanted to conquer the world. So that's when it started with Poland, you know, and then later on Russia. So, and then by 1942, it got worse and worse. That's when the air raid started.
Okay.
And that, oh my God, that was terrible.
You remember the air raids?
Oh, during the night the British came, the Royal Air Force, and during the day the Americans came. There was very little time in between, so it got worse and worse, and then later on we were living more in a bunker than at home.
Now, when you say you were living in the bunker, okay, you had your home residence. The bunker was away from that?
Just a minute. First, when the air raid started, they started to see our buildings, well, like here too in the cities. But even in the country, in Germany, most buildings are built solid, with bricks and rocks, and have good basements. So they started building out those basements with steel concrete.
Okay.
And so we were protected at the beginning. But the bombs got heavier and heavier. So you were not protected in the basement anymore, and that's when they started building bunkers, underground and overground. They built bunkers like buildings, but they were 4 feet steel concrete, those walls.
Really?
And yeah, you were protected in there.
Right.
But sometimes when it was hit the right way, where the air got in and out, that was a different story. Then many people died in there. So we usually went into an underground bunker. And we slept there, we even at school in there. So.
Now you were part of the
Hitler Youth.
Hitler Youth, yes.
Yeah, that's very interesting. When you were 10 years old, you went into the Hitler Youth. Actually, you were drafted. They don't want to say that, but that's how it was.
You were drafted. You didn't have a choice.
No, because if you didn't go in there, you were out. I mean, you could not even stick your head out of your house. So because I was born in December, I got in there already, but I don't know specifically anymore why, when I was 9 years old.
So at 9 years old?
Yeah, and then later during the war, there were even younger kids, 8 years old. That was the time when they built up the Volksturm. But that's a story by itself. That was already to the end of the war, 6 months before the end. They built up the Volksturm. Everybody who could walk and had a head on his shoulders, if you were 100 years old, they gave you a gun, they gave you a tank fist. By the way, we got educated how to blow up tanks, you know, how to kill, how to shoot. By the way, I'm a good shot, but I don't like guns.
No, I believe that. Willie, I want to hear more. Yeah. We're going to come back next week with another part of this. And so for right now, I'm going to close, and we will pick up where we left off here.
And you keep that in your mind, I forget.
I will do that. All right, thanks for joining us today, and you're not going to want to miss next week when we have the next segment of Willie Humbeck. Have a good day in Vergas.